January 7th, 1943. Room 3327 of the Hotel New Yorker. A maid breaks protocol. No one has opened the door in 2 days. She finds his body. At his bedside, no family, no money, not a single patent left in his name. Only pigeons on the windowsill, the ones he had fed every day for the last 30 years. The man who gave the world electricity died owing rent to a hotel. This is the price of genius. This is Nikola Tesla. The Serbian village of Smiljan, 1856. A thunderstorm. A boy at the window, counting flashes of lightning. From childhood, Tesla saw what others didn't. Flashes of light and images that surfaced in his mind without warning. His father was preparing him for the priesthood. Tesla was secretly sketching machines. In Graz, he first saw a direct current motor, sparking, inefficient, and said the sentence that would define his life. There had to be a way to make current reverse direction without sparks or losses. His professor replied that this was about as real as a perpetual motion machine. 6 years later, walking through a park in Budapest and reciting Goethe, Tesla saw the solution whole in a flash, just like in childhood. A rotating magnetic field, alternating current. He sketched the diagram with a stick in the sand. New York, 1884. Tesla steps off the ship with 4 cents in his pocket and a letter of recommendation. The letter read, "I know 2 great men. You are one of them. This is the other." Edison hires Tesla and promises $50,000 to redesign his direct current generators. Tesla works 20 hours a day. When the job is done, Edison laughs. "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor," and offers him a $10 raise on his weekly pay. Tesla quits. The following year, he's digging ditches for $2 a day. A man who had just reshaped the future of energy, literally digging in the dirt to survive. This is the first time Tesla's genius costs him everything. But a war is coming next. And in that war, Tesla will win. At a price he won't understand until later. He had just proven he could change the world. But the world already had a king of electricity, and that king had no intention of sharing his throne. George Westinghouse buys Tesla's patents and enters the war against Edison's empire. Edison can't win on engineering. Alternating current is objectively more efficient over long distances. So he fights with propaganda instead. Publicly electrocuting animals, lobbying for the electric chair, calling alternating current the killer. The turning point comes at the World's Fair in Chicago, 1893. The city of Tesla and Westinghouse, lit by alternating current, outshines everything Edison had built. Then Niagara Falls, 1895. The first hydroelectric plant transmitting power across dozens of kilometers. Total victory. But to win that war, Westinghouse buys out Tesla's royalty rights, effectively erasing a fortune worth tens of millions of dollars that would have been Tesla's. Tesla agrees to it himself, to save his friend's company from bankruptcy. He chooses principle over wealth. It's a pattern that will define the rest of his life. And that same pattern will lead him to the most expensive mistake in the history of technology. Long Island, 1901 to 1906. Tesla dreams up something bigger than the light bulb. Wireless transmission of energy and data through the Earth itself. J.P. Morgan invests $150,000 in the Wardenclyffe Tower. But when Morgan learns Tesla plans to give the energy away for free, he asks the one question that decides everything. Where do we put the meter? The funding stops. The tower is eventually blown up for scrap metal over a debt of $20,000. Publicly, Tesla calls it his greatest achievement, one the world will never see. Privately, it's a financial and reputational collapse he will never recover from. He loses his laboratories, his archives, the trust of every investor. The genius who beat Edison has just lost the only war that mattered, the war for his own future. The next 30 years are a slow ruin. Tesla moves from hotel to hotel, paying his bills with patents instead of cash. He no longer has a laboratory. The press, which once worshipped him as the man who invented the 20th century, now writes about him as an eccentric. He grows attached to an injured pigeon with white-tipped wings and tells those close to him that he loves this bird the way a man loves a woman. When the pigeon dies, Tesla confesses to a friend that from that day on, there was no longer any reason for him to keep working. In 1937, at age 81, he's struck by a car while crossing the street to feed his pigeons. He refuses doctors. He never fully recovers. January 7th, 1943. We've already seen how this ends. Room 3327. Silence. Pigeons on the windowsill. Nikola Tesla held over 300 patents. He gave the world alternating current, radio, the foundations of robotics and wireless communication. He died owing rent to a hotel, and after his death, his archives were seized by the U.S. Office of Alien Property. He could have been the richest man of his era. Instead, he chose to be the one who gives his discoveries to the world, rather than selling them off piece by piece. Every light bulb, every AC outlet in your home is an unpaid bill the world never charged itself for a genius who refused to charge for it first. This was the price of history. This was Nikola Tesla.